Welcome to this video, dear learners. This video will be discussing industrial manufacturing of alkanes. Okay, so in our previous videos in chemistry, we talked about this family of alkanes. Okay, in our previous video, we discussed about alkanes, and these alkanes, we said they are simply hydrocarbons. Okay, they are what we call saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, they are saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, now how are these manufactured? Okay, how are they manufactured? This is what we want to know. Okay, so the industrial manufacturing of alkanes. Okay, let me project. See the diagram there on the left side there. It is what we call a fractionating column. Okay, so we use what we call a fractionating column. Okay, and that's what you are seeing there. Okay, that's the fractionating column. Now this fractionating column uses a process that we call simple distillation, okay, or fractional distillation. Let's just put it fractional distillation. Okay, this is a process that it uses, fractional distillation. Okay, that's the process involved there. It's called fractional distillation. Okay, now this fractional distillation is just a separation technique. Okay, so we can say this is a separation technique. Okay, a separation technique that separates a mixture of different substances based on their difference in boiling points. Okay, so that is what this process is all about. So the key word here is this. Okay, difference. They need to have difference in what? In boiling points. That is the key word here. So these alkanes, we're looking at how are they manufactured. So they are manufactured in this way, in a fractionating column. Okay, that's what you are seeing on the left there. So the process involved is called fractional distillation. Okay, fractional distillation, and this is just a separation technique that separates a mixture of different substances based on their difference in boiling points. Okay, so now here what we get is a substance called the crude. Okay, here we get a substance that we call crude oil. Okay, now crude oil, it's a substance. Okay, it's an oil that can be gotten from underground. So crude oil, also known as petroleum. Okay, it is also known as petroleum. Okay, so this crude oil contains a lot of these compounds. Okay, and these compounds, as you can see, they are fed in there. So you can see there where it's written crude oil, it's being fed into the crude oil is being fed into the heater there where it is heated, and then these compounds that you are seeing here are later separated based on the boiling point. So if you look at, you have different temperatures, okay, from fuel gas, petroleum, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, fuels, oils, lubricating oil, and bitumen. So you notice that they have actually different boiling points. Okay, so they're different. You find that there are those that have got a higher boiling point. Those with the higher boiling points, okay, are collected at the bottom. Then those with lower boiling points are collected, okay, they are collected at the top part, at the top part. So you can see there 20 degrees Celsius there, you can separate that fuel gas. Fuel gas, also known as petroleum gas. It's also known as petroleum what? Gas. Okay, so now let's look at something they want us to know. Okay, so let's look at these things. So I just want to teach you how to memorize these things. Okay, so I'm going to write something here. I'm going to write this word pepe, na ke di lu wabi. Okay, so now if you want to write it in full, you can write it. You can make it a word so that you just remember. Pepe na ke di lu wabi. So this is not a word that exists. It's just a mnemonic. I would want you to remember this. Okay, it's just a mnemonic that I want us to help. Okay, so as you can see from the diagram there, so you have the first paper here. Okay, it means petroleum gas. Okay, now this petroleum gas, it is also known, there they've written it as what? Fuel gas. Okay, they've written it as fuel gas. Okay, so fuel gas is petroleum gas. Then this other pair is petrol. Okay, petrol. You can see the next one there's petrol, which is also known as gasoline. Okay, then I'm sure you guessed that correctly, it's naphtha. Okay, naphtha, which is there at 120 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then K, you can see that is kerosene. Okay, kerosene. And then D, that is diesel. Okay, that is diesel, supposed to be E, and then S E. Okay, diesel. And then Lu, that is lubricating oil. Lubricating oil. Now I've added OWA because sometimes you have wax alone, and then the last one there, it is bitumen. okay, bitumen. Okay, so let's do this just to see what we're actually doing. Okay, so you have this, you have petroleum gas, petrol naphtha, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil wax, and bitumen. So now, why am I doing this? So you need to know the order, because sometimes the diagram will come out blank. Okay, so you need to know the order. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they all fit into this word. The way, whichever way you want to pronounce it, okay, but it's just a way for you to remember. Okay, so now that we know this, let's do this. Okay, now that we know this, let's do this now. So let's focus on the diagram there. Okay, so fuel gas that you are looking at there, which is also known as petroleum gas. Okay, so now this petroleum gas, okay, be explaining them here. Okay, so you are seeing there petroleum gas. Now what is this petroleum gas? Okay, this petroleum gas, mostly it consists of methane, okay, which is the first member of the alkane family, which is written as CH4. So that's the abundant gas in this petroleum gas, methane, okay, which you can see there. Now you will find that this methane, it is used for a number of things, okay. For example, they use it as in gas stoves, okay, in gas stoves, okay, for what? Combustion, okay, because we talked about combustion. If you haven't watched the previous video, you watched the previous video where we were discussing on combustion, okay. Most of them, this is what they sell as fuel gas, okay, which is put in gas stoves for combustion, okay. Then we go to the next pair, which is petrol, okay. Now we all talk about petrol. Petrol is actually fuel for cars, okay, fuel for cars, okay, especially those small cars, small vehicles, okay, small vehicles that we use for our own transportation and personal cars, okay. So you must know the uses, okay. Then you go to naphtha, okay, go to naphtha. Naphtha is simply used in laboratory as a chemical, okay, in laboratories as a chemical. So there are other uses as well that you need to know, okay. So then now you have kerosene, okay. Now kerosene, this is also known as, sure, we all know paraffin. We talk about paraffin oil, okay. That is just kerosene. Okay, now kerosene, kerosene is also known as jet fuel. Okay, it is known as jet fuel. Why? So it is used as a fuel for jets. We know those people that have private jets and other things. And we go now to D. We all know what diesel is. But the uses of diesel, okay. The uses of diesel is simple, okay. It is fuel, okay, for large vehicles, e.g. trucks, okay. Also some trains, okay, they use diesel for fuel, okay. And then looking at our mnemonic there, what comes next? Pepenake D, Lu. Okay, we'll go with our mnemonic. So that fuel oil there should be what is used for ships. And let's go to lubricating oil. This one, it is used as a lubricant, okay, in machines. I'm sure we all know what to heard of something called grease that we apply to the chains of a bicycle and other things, okay. Then lastly, you have bitumen. Bitumen, this one is used in making roads, and also during roofing, okay, making roads and also during what, roofing. Okay, so that is how these alkanes are manufactured, okay. All these are just alkanes that you are seeing here. Okay, so those that are on top, they have a higher boiling point, and then the boiling point, those that are down, they have a higher boiling point compared to those that are up there. Okay, so I hope you've learned something in this video. See you in our next video.